are not always who we think they are.
Today we're talking about Deep Extraction with Diane Mills. And all I have to say about this book is, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. And it's a book of conspiracy and such a tangled web. Diane, you must have had so much fun writing this book because it's a tangled conspiracy.
Yes, I loved it. The story idea came to me when I was thinking about people we know or we think we know, and then something explodes and you realize, wow, I didn't know that person at all. Right. So with that, I got to thinking about a story about a man who was the epitome of everything, highly successful in the oil business. He contributed to huge charitable organizations. He was the speaker to have at an event, the best husband, the best father, and then he's murdered.
Right.
And once my hero and my heroine, who happened to not only be in law enforcement, but were good friends with him and his family, once they started looking at the picture and trying to unravel that web, they found out more things than they ever really wanted to know about a man whom they had called a friend. Right. And I love that because we all have secrets. One of my good friends is a psychologist and he's also a writer, but he just has so much information. But one of the things he shared with me is that we all have secrets that can be lies. They are things we believe, things about ourselves, about how we perceive life, that are so ingrained in our minds. Right. And they motivate us, but they may be untruths. Right. And it is very difficult to eliminate those lies and to make sure that others see the truth. And I wanted this. I wanted my main characters involved to be so shocked, to be so hurt, betrayed, deceived, lied to, that at times they had to step back and think, okay, as for my heroine, who's an FBI agent, she had to focus on her job because she had sworn that just because I know this man does not mean that I cannot work this case objectively. Right. And the same thing with my hero, who was a U.S. Marshal brought into this case because of his experience, and he knew the victim too. Right. And while my grieving widow, who there was enough evidence to suspect her, right. Everybody played a role in trying to figure out how they'd been deceived, right. While they were trying to wrap their minds around who murdered Nathan.
Right. I really enjoyed the not knowing, till sort of the end. And I think I told you earlier, I really enjoyed when there's a confession by Nathan where he kind of says that he didn't despise himself enough to stop doing what he was doing. And it sort of took control of him. He couldn't change anything. And so I wondered if you would talk a little bit about that, because
Nathan had written, and I wanted the reader to understand that Nathan felt entitled. Mm-hmm. He felt that he was competitive. He made sure he always got what he wanted. He was manipulative, and because of his success, whether it be by good means or not so good means, he was entitled. I've done this, I've accomplished this, and so I have a right to this particular type of behavior.
Mhm.
And in weak moments, I should say, I should say stronger moments, he realized that some of his actions were wrong,
Right.
but he loved what he was doing more than trying to find a reason to stop. And yes, transformation was critical for his widow, who needed to find the wherewithal within her to be stronger,
Right.
within my hero to put the past behind him, my heroine
Right.
to face the things that life gives us
Right.
with strength and not avoid them, which was almost an oxymoron for her,
Right.
simply because she resonated with strength. I'm an
Right.
FBI special agent. I'm in the homicide division, and I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And she did very well.
Mhm.
But there were a few inner issues going with
Right.
her.
Right.
And
And she had to dig deep and find, like you said, she had courage for her job, but she really needed to dig deep and find courage in her own personal life, which I really loved. That was like a whole different part of the story, besides following the adventure of the action and the conspiracy. And I just want to say too, because we always talk about first lines, and I just thought this was a great first line. I'm going to read it really quick. Anything could happen, in big, bold letters. I like that. Anything could happen while the dead slept. Okay. Which was why some would say a woman shouldn't walk alone, shouldn't tread alone through a cemetery at 2:55 on a Tuesday morning in April. I just thought that was so great. Anything could happen while the dead slept. It really, puts you in the time frame that it's a murder mystery, and there's some danger right away. You're just right there. It kind of reminded me of when you were talking earlier of the Agatha Christie mysteries that we all love. You never know who done it, the butler in the closet or whatever. You never know who done it till the end. Was that your experience in writing this book?
It's my experience in every book. Some writers are pantsters. They go by the seat of their pants, and some are married to their outlines. And I prefer calling myself organic.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few scenes. I know my characters. That's critical to me. But honestly, I don't know the ending until I get there.
Yeah.
Because I've like had a party, and I've invited all of these characters,
Right.
and I'm interviewing them, trying to figure out who did what.
Right.
In Deep Extraction, there's even a time that the oldest son of the victim
Right.
is a little, okay, he had reason to despise his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, that was the first clue as to his to Nathan's deceit.
So what message did you have burning in your heart when you were writing this story?
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Truth. It's like an onion, and you have to peel back the layers. And I know the onion analogy is very, very typical in many types of careers. But with my story, the characters had to peel back the onion, cry a little bit, and keep peeling back till they got to the core of the truth of not only who had killed Nathan, but who he really was. And that to me is not only the message I want for my readers, but it also brings up the passion I have for story. Mm-hmm. Oddly enough, we writers talk about, do you have passion for the story? And does your agent have passion? And all those types of things. But the truth of the matter is the word passion means to suffer. Mm-hmm. And I love that symbolic punch in the gut, because it's true. when we are writing something and we want that message across and we want it clear, we are willing to suffer a little, maybe on our sleep, or our eating, or our drinking, or our socializing, or whatever, to make sure that that story shows our passion.
Mhm.
And so my message to readers, yes, I want you to be passionate about my story and to internalize what my characters were feeling. But first, that passion has to come with me. I have to be willing to do the work to present it.
Yeah, well, and you certainly did that. I think the story comes through, and it comes through from you as a writer and a mentor. You are passionate about Christian fiction. So another aspect of your writing life, I know, is that you were one of the founding members, right, of American Christian Fiction Writers. Why do you think Christian fiction is so important? It's been important to you for probably more than 25 years, I would imagine. So why is it important today?
It offers hope. We live in a scary, unpredictable, dangerous world.
Right.
Our phones flood us with the latest, and it's never good. And so because of that, people are searching and grasping. And so I want to offer a story. I want to offer a story in which at least one character solves his or her problems from a Christian worldview. And when that happens, I don't want to preach. I don't want them singing hymns or doing other things that a person who is not Christian, they would not understand or be confused or bored.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to show them solving their problems from a Christian worldview.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps when you want someone who is not a Christian to read your book. Right. Because you just want them to see the story and the difference, as though the writer is a farmer planting seeds of hope and inspiration under the guise of what I hope is a powerful story. Oh. That's what moves me. That's why I do it.
Very true. It is a powerful story. It's powerful because, like you said, you have so many layers that are spiritual. Tori's our girl who transforms spiritually. And it is good to see that other people struggle with the same things that I struggle with. And it's also great to see that when someone becomes a Christian, a believer, their life isn't necessarily a bed of roses. There's no promise of a bed of roses. I love the fact that you said passion is the same as suffering, because in this world you will have tribulation, right?
Yes, and we do get it.
Yeah, we get it all the time. When are you launching Deep Extraction?
Officially Tuesday, April 4th.
Fun.
I believe that it is available now on a few sites, but the official launch date is Tuesday, April 4th.
Okay, so we want everyone to grab it and read it, and then review it on Goodreads or Amazon or wherever they can buy it.
We have just added a neat tab on my website that's just for book clubs, and it has discussion questions. It has what you could serve to eat at a Diane Mills FBI party.
Fun.
Texas themes, fun questionnaires, just all kinds of fun things, for book clubs and reader groups. And of course, if I'm available, I would be happy to Skype or Zoom or a phone call.
Really, I did read some of the questions in the back of the book. You have the discussion questions section, and I want to tell you, I really enjoyed the epilogue. I'm a sucker for a happy ending.
Yeah.
It was really great. I actually really loved how it surprised me. You tied everything up, and then there was a great ending. So well done, you. So what's next for Diane Mills?
High Treason. It is a January or February 2018 release, and it's It's a little different. It was super hard, but I love the story idea. So I'll just pose a question to you about that book.
Okay.
So what happens if the government discovers there is an assassination attempt on a Saudi prince while on American soil?
Yeah, that's good.
I hope I never come up with an idea that hard again. My story is loosely based on that very thing that happened in New York City. And so the more I thought about it, the more this would be fun. This would give me time to really dive into Saudi Arabia, their culture, their religion, how their women, everything. A random drawing announcement that will only include my blog subscribers.
Okay.
So when you go to Dianemills.com, and if you're interested in winning an iPad, Amazon gift card, a bunch of other goodies, you've got to be subscribed to my blog. And that is a weekly blog that is just for readers.
Okay.
Fun stuff for readers. And anyway, I wanted to say that in addition to wanting readers to enjoy my book, and if they do, to consider a review, but to be entered in that random drawing.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. That's great information. Well, so today we've been talking about Deep Extraction by Diane Mills, a fabulous book that will take you on a great adventure, a mysterious adventure, a web of conspiracy. You'll love it. So please make sure and get your copy on Tuesday, April 4th, and then be sure to review it on Amazon or Goodreads or wherever it is that you buy books. So Diane, thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, and I love getting your books, love reading them, and I'm excited about what's coming up next.
Oh, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Oh, good. All right. Well, have a great day, everybody. God bless you, and keep on reading. Bye-bye.